Hello everyone, welcome to Mocking Ariana Free. It's Sunday, which means a new video. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing what the Next Step characters were like before the show. I feel like for some characters we got a bit of a backstory, and in the Next Step souvenir book that you get on the Wild Rhythm tour that was on like a couple of years ago, they had some backstories in there to certain characters, but I don't feel like for some characters it was explored at all or enough. So basically I've picked 6 characters who I think I can kind of conjure up a backstory for, because I am quite good at making stories. If you've read my stories on Wattpad, then you'll know. So first up, I'm going to talk about Richelle, and I feel like Richelle was someone who wouldn't be liked very much at school. Rachelle didn't have many friends when she was younger because she very much was really good at everything that she did. She was smart, she was good at obviously dancing, she was good at gymnastics, and people were jealous of her. So, you know, when kids are jealous of people, they kind of pick on them and try and put them down about something in their life. I feel like they would have picked on Rachelle and kind of left her out of things, and she'd kind of been the girl who didn't have anyone to play with. So I think that's why Rachelle has such a strong exterior, and she doesn't like to appear vulnerable. She's never wanted to be vulnerable. She's always had to put up a front and stay strong from when she was a little girl. And also I feel like that's why she depends on her dance ability for a lot of things. You know, she doesn't like to tell a story through dance because she feels like her tricks need to kind of give her the edge and the wow factor so that people like her. When she was younger, everyone picked on her, but she knew that she was good at dance, so she had to maintain those so that she didn't become an easy target for people to pick on her.
Why did you pick Noah for that audition and not me?
Honestly, Richelle, like, your technique is amazing, but...
But what? What am I missing?
I'm not really feeling it. It just feels really surface, like lyrical eyebrows.
Pardon?
Just like that.
Next, I think Chloe came from a very loving household. I think she just grew up with a lot of good manners and values, and just it being a lovely family relationship. Yeah, I think Chloe would be a very good girl. At school, she'd probably be the one who gets all of those like gold stars and great reports, and the teachers always say, oh, she's a pleasure to teach.
I finished up registration and I'm just checking the schedule for tomorrow. I'm finishing up some work for Miss Kate.
I honestly don't know what I would do without you.
I'm really not that great.
No, really. I'm so proud of the person and the dancer you've become. You're the one person I can count on to always be here. I can't imagine the next step without you.
I really enjoy being a part of the Next Step, but I didn't think that I was that important to her and the rest of the team. Thank you.
I think Chloe would be a very good girl when she was younger. Next, I want to talk about Jacquie, and I think Jacquie would have been a pageant girl, or at least have a crazy kind of dance mom / dance dad, because I don't know if she has her mom in her life. Her dad's in the Next Step for a few episodes, but not her mum, so I don't know what the story is there. I feel like she grew up in a competitive world, which is why she's so competitive now. If she had a lot of pressure put on her as a child, and it was kind of instilled to her that everybody in the world is a rival and you always need to be better than them, I think that would explain why she is the way she is now, always trying to be at the front and the best, and if someone says she's not the best, then she's like mind blown.
I'm not going to get second place.
And I think obviously because Davis is her sister, maybe Davis was more successful in these pageants or dances.
Is that your sister?
Yeah.
I want you to dance the emotion jealousy.
Okay. I don't like dancing the emotion jealousy because jealousy is a sign of weakness. And I don't want any of the dancers knowing that I have any weaknesses.
So yeah, I think she's grown up to be a very competitive young lady that works for what she wants and knows that she has to put in a lot of hard work to get it. Next, I think Daniel struggled at school because he was the boy who did ballet. You see this a lot at schools because ballet still isn't, you know, just a normal thing for boys to do. I obviously think it's a normal thing for boys to do, but people in the world still don't. I feel like because Daniel currently struggles to make friends and be liked and kind of let people in, he very much likes to stand on his own 2 feet and do what he wants to do. This is because when he was a child, people were telling him what to do like you shouldn't be doing dance, that's like a girl thing to do. So I think Daniel is the way he is because of how he was treated as a child, and he constantly feels like he has something to prove to the world.
This solo is really a reflection of me dancing who I truly am without all the attitude and anger layered on. I really miss who I used to be, and it hasn't really worked out well for me, this new competitive edge. I've been cut from Juilliard, I've been defeated by Lucienne, I've lost all my friends.
I think growing up that James had a really big family, and I think he got along with everybody in it. I think he's just really full of love, and he was like, I think because he has so many sisters, he's kind of grew up in a very nurturing household with all these women, and he's just been taught how to be a really good gentleman.
Anna, do you need some help getting home? I got like a bus ticket.
But that's not going to stop me from auditioning. James, I appreciate that you're my big brother and you want to look after me, but this is something that I want.
I think his parents really didn't put a lot of pressure on him in anything really, and just encouraged him to be his own person and be the best that he could be, which is why James is just so laid back, and why the entire family just says, don't even worry about it, do what you want to do and make sure you're happy.
Let me guess, you're one of those don't even worry about it types, right? Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
Don't even worry about it.
That British guy nailed James's personality to a T.
So don't even worry about it.
That's my line.
I think that Riley growing up had a lot of friends. I can imagine her being on the playground or playing out with Emily when they were younger, and Emily kind of having these girls that were a couple of years older than Riley, and they're all very stuck up, kind of like e-girls, you know how they behaved, and Riley wanting to play with them but Emily being like, no, like you're embarrassing, you're too young. But when Riley gets picked on or something, Emily's the first one over there to defend her sister. So I think that Riley kind of grew up not really knowing where she belonged. Like, she had her own friends, but she also wanted to be friends with her sister, but she was only allowed to be friends with her sister at certain times. And sometimes she was liked by her sister's friends, and other times she wasn't allowed to play with them. So I think Riley grew up kind of being a bit unsure about where she belonged and what she was supposed to be doing in life.
I'm right here, and I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do.
This kind of reflects how she was a bit like all over the place when she was meant to be studio head in season 4.
No, you guys don't decide that. I decide that.
Since when?
Since I became studio head. Okay, so the trios will be Alfie, Amy, and Cassie, Richelle, Michelle, and Amanda, Piper, Noah, and Sloan, and LaTroy, Henry, and Skylar. I've been kind of put on the spot, so I just grouped the trios by whoever's standing next to each other. I hope no one notices. Okay.
And also how she's always a bit kind of, she jumps to conclusions a lot. I remember her jumping to conclusions in season 3 when James sacrificed his spot on the internationals team for her. She was like, oh, well, don't you think I'm good enough to do it then? Instead of thinking maybe James just loves me enough that he wants me to go to internationals.
And why'd you do it?
I didn't want to hurt you.
So what, you don't think I could beat you?
That's not the point.
Then what is the point?
I also think that Riley growing up maybe didn't want to dance as much as Emily did, but I can see Emily taking Riley along to the classes and being like showing her off as if it's like a pet, like, oh, this is my little sister, isn't she so cute, like everybody love her and then you'll love me. You know, kind of that thing that kids do, like they think that something's amazing, so they take it in thinking that everyone's going to like them because they have this new thing. But once obviously Riley went along to dance with her sister, she then loved it more than Emily does now. So yeah, I think Riley just grew up very unsure about where she belonged and what her identity was, like struggling to get out of her sister's shadow in a way. So that was my video on telling the backstories of the characters from The Next Step. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then leave a like and also comment and subscribe to me. I post videos every Sunday, and yeah, that's it. I was wondering what I hadn't said, but I think that's everything. Just make sure you've subscribed, and yeah, I'll see you later. Bye guys.